Hey you guys, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Please say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me to let me know that you're here and that you are watching tonight. And in just a minute, I'm going to have a keyword for you to type in. If you see a red live button up here right now, then you are catching me live. If you don't see that live button up there, then put exclamation point replay in the comments for me to let me know you've seen the video. You guys, our keyword for tonight is humble. H-U-M-B-L-E. Type humble in the comments. And I want to come over here and say hi to all my friends. Thank you guys so much for all your prayers over the last week, y'all. I am still recovering from this illness, trying to get myself better and back to normal. And last night, it was really nice to just be able to, we were in bed at 8 o'clock, me and John were. We watched a movie till 10, and then we went to bed. We went to sleep, you guys. We slept, and we slept, and we slept, and we both feel a little better today, and thanks to some Decor severe. I was able to get through my day, and just kind of sat here doing some stuff today, trying to get better. So it's working a little bit, y'all. A little bit here and there. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Lynn. Hello, Holly. Hello, Vicky and Terry. Hi, Jan. Hello, Cassie. I don't feel a lot better yet, but I'm feeling a little better. A little better. I did get some sleep, and that felt good. Hi, Mary. Hello, Cassie. Hello, Lynn. Hi, Tracy. Tracy, what are you doing? Are you watching from the hospital bed in recovery right now? Girl, how did things go? Oh, my gosh. Hi, Karen and Karen. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Marlene and Jackie and Pam and Carol. You guys, there's 19 more messages. Hi, Connie and Frankie. Hello, everybody. Hey, Carol. Hi, Mary Jo. You guys, everybody in my house is sleeping right now, and it's so cute because literally across the hall, John is sleeping. Willow is sleeping like on my pillow. John's got his hand holding Willow right now. And then Evan's laying at the end of my bed also with a hand on the dog. They're so stinking cute. And I'm going to try to not be too loud so that I don't disturb him. I did get a lot of rest last night and it did feel good. Thank you. Hey, Ray. You are. Oh my gosh, I put you in a good mood. I'm so glad for that, Tracy. I hope things went well. Hello to everybody else who jumped on and I didn't say your name. We're going to go ahead and do a project that was actually by request. I got a request, you guys. Somebody asked me, Laura, what do you do with this transfer? Okay. This is the one that is called Humble and Kind. It is one of our new G size transfer. I'm saying that right? Yeah, this is a G size transfer, which means it's basically half of one of the C ones. I do have a picture of it and I wanted to post it, but I don't have it right now. It's on my phone and I'm recording on my phone, so I can't show it. But you guys, one of these says Take Me Home Country Roads, that one right there. Take Me Home Country Roads. Then we've got Farmhouse-ish. What does it say? Rustic dwelling, a cozy dwelling filled with style and vintage charm without the actual farm, barn, or animals. And then we've got the Always Be Humble and Kind. And so I thought to myself today, instead of just doing one project, you guys, let's do one interchangeable project. So we're going to see how this goes tonight. I've got this idea in my head. I always have these great ideas. I do not have all my supplies within reach, so we will be hold-pleasing a little bit tonight as I grab the rest of the things that I know that I'm going to need that I didn't get gathered up before I had to hit that live button. Hi, Christine. Hello, everybody. So let's start off with the basic stuff, okay? The basic stuff that we're going to be using tonight are these right here. These are the 5-inch simple squares. These come in a 2-pack. We're going to need 3 of these tonight since there are 3 different designs. 1, 2, 3. So we got one left over for something else a little bit later. Love that. We love leftovers. Hi, Lori. So 3 of these tonight that we're going to be using. 1 for each design. Then, you guys, we are going to be using this plaque right here that I don't remember where I got it. Wood plank. Hampton Art wood plank, distributed by something. I don't know where this came from, but I got a couple of them. I'm guessing Walmart. That's always a good guess to say Walmart. That's just this wooden plank. It was probably on clearance at Walmart. We're going to be using some little pieces of balsa wood. And these little things here that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, you guys, these are little wooden hanger decor pieces. They're, well, it's a fence. It's a fence. That's what it is. It's a fence. They're wooden fences. So we're going to get started with the fence first. And I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do with this thing tonight. I think it's going to be fun. You see them at Walmart? Okay, that's probably where I got it then. It's probably where I got it. And I need my glue gun on like first thing tonight. All right, so let me grab some paper out here. We're going to finally roll to your side after 9 hours. Oh my gosh, no. 9 hours is a long time. I don't have any of my paste out or anything tonight, you guys. I've got a tablet over here and 2 books of notes and a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need to have right there right now. I am just a hot mess today. Hi, Pam. But it is what it is. We're going to get through this, and it's going to be fantastic, and you guys are going to love this idea. That's all that matters. One of these days, I'm going to be on right at 9:30. I'm going to have all my stuff together. I won't be a Hot Mess Express, and you guys are going to be bored. Because that's how it goes. It would be boring if it wasn't spontaneous, right? All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull these, or let's just cut them off of here. Let's just cut these little rope things off. We don't need these. And they are on the back side. Plank was clearance at Walmart. You got some over the summer for $2.99. There we go. Hi, Dawn. Hello to all my friends. You guys, if I start coughing tonight, I apologize. My medication dosage, I took some NyQuil or some Dayquil Severe, ran out 2 hours ago, and I was like, well, if I take another one, I'll feel good during my live, but then I can't take a NyQuil to go to sleep. So I didn't take one, and I'm just going to kind of try to make my timing a little better tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome, Joanne. I've got my little electrolyte juice here, too, that I'm drinking to try to stay hydrated. Hi, Sandy. All right, so you guys, what we need to do is we need to be able to figure out a way to put these 2 fence posts together. But what I don't like about putting them together is that then you have these 2 right here in the center that are right next to each other. And that just doesn't look right to me. So what I did was I pulled these little balsa wood pieces out here. Just like so, you guys. We're going to glue these 2 pieces together. And, oh, how did that go? Is it this way? They're a little bit wider, but not much wider. But these are easy to cut. That's why we're going to use balsa wood for this. And we're going to make a little place in between on the back side here, just so that we can put these pieces together and actually have it look like that little piece back there is extended. Does that make sense? It makes sense. It makes sense in my head. So that they're apart just a little bit, okay? So let me grab this thing out here. Had an amazing dinner. Ooh. At the hospital you had an amazing dinner? Really? So I don't guess this has to be too long. Let's measure it out though. Oh, see, I almost cut it. Oh, it doesn't need to be too long. Like, literally, you guys, I could probably just use 1 piece and cut it twice. But if I do this, then I kind of both at the same time. Because that's how I roll. So these are just miter shears, you guys. And I'm going to line them both up at the same time in my miter shears. Really, really, really easy to cut balsa wood. There we go. They didn't cut perfectly, but they cut well enough. This is the stuff that my dad we used to use together when I was making projects when I was little. And we're just going to glue those 2 pieces together to make our little piece there in the middle. I'm going to do that twice. Could probably just cut these things with scissors, honest to goodness. Yeah. Balsa wood will cut with scissors. Okay. There we have it. 4 little pieces of balsa wood. Just to go in between there and make that look a little bit more like it is. Oh, then Carol, go to bed. Girl, 4:15 is really early to get up in the morning. Go to bed. Go to bed. I don't have to be up until 6. You have those miter shears, you got to find them. I got mine on Temu. I got mine from Temu. All right, you guys. Hopefully we got a little bit of hot glue here. We have enough. And we're just going to glue these little pieces here right to this fence. Before we start to paint it, okay? Well, that just kind of... Just to make sure that it looks somewhat consistent right there in the middle. Otherwise, it's going to look wonky. It's going to look wonky either way. Oh, that's horrible. You guys, that was a fantastic idea, but it looks horrible. The balsa wood, okay, that's not going to work. Oh, that looked horrible. That looked bad, bad, bad. Oh my goodness, that was bad. Okay, let's see what else I got. Let's try one of these instead. Hi, Uncle Don! Let's try one of these instead, because remember, we're going to paint it. Yeah, we're going to use the wood blocks instead, because that was bad, y'all. Balsa wood, not a good idea. That looked horrible. So whatever wood piece you got that will work, will work. We're just going to reheat that glue right back up, you guys. That way we don't have to keep layering more and more glue on there. We've got plenty. Now this might be too thick. Goodness gracious. I don't know, you guys. I liked how thin the balsa wood was. It's going to have to work. It's going to have to work. We're not going to see one of them anyhow. But it just makes it look more cohesive. More put together. You guys see what I mean? Cardboard, maybe cardboard. I made it to make this work with these little wood blocks here. I glued it to my paper, but I made it work. Popsicle stick, that probably would have been a great idea. I'm a hot mess tonight, you guys. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Ah, thanks, Uncle Don. I don't get frustrated. I keep going until I make it work. And if we're here till midnight, we're here till midnight, and then I regret it the next morning when I'm so tired getting my kids to school. But I don't give up. Okay, you guys, we've got it. We've got it. You guys see how now it looks like one piece of fence? And you don't have that crazy, weird, just part where the two are together completely. It's a little bit more spaced out now, but it's definitely better than what it was before when they were right next to each other, right? Don't worry, we're going to end up putting this on another board anyway. All right, so here we go. With that glue stick. We're going to take some paint. This is Folk Art, and this is called Burnt Umber. Burnt Umber. We're going to use some of this tonight on here. And I'm going to add a little bit of this to a color tray. It is, isn't it? That is the Gillum in me. Because we don't stop till it's done. I'm going to put some burnt umber on a little paint tray here. And add some water to this, okay? And we're just going to kind of water splash paint with this. Kind of make it look like, well, it's going to be, I don't know what word I'm looking for, you guys. We're gonna water paint it. Okay? We're gonna stain it with this paint by adding some water to it. Well, hi, Pat. Welcome to Hot Mess Express Night. I can't speak. I can't think. I'm not feeling the best, but we're making it happen. Yes, that's what it is, you guys. We are watercolor staining this board with this burnt umber, watered down paint. I do want to try to get in there in the grooves and on the edges. The bottom I don't think matters quite as much. Maybe it does. Y'all can speak for me. Go ahead. Put my words in my mouth because I can't seem to think straight right now. I was just telling John earlier today, it's like I don't, you guys, I've told you guys before, I think that my mom is like, well, she was early stages of dementia, but it's like, I think it's full set in now. She's losing her memory really quickly. Really quickly. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm losing my memory right now, too. Maybe it's just because I've been ill lately. Maybe it's because I try to remember too much, and I should just write it down so I don't forget it. Because I think I'm the superwoman or something who can just remember all the things all the time. And just try to, I don't know. And I'll never forget a thing. I don't know. But, I was telling John, I feel like I'm losing my mind lately. All right. We got half of it done. This can be sloppy, y'all. This can be totally sloppy. It does not need to be painted perfectly. We just want to get that brown on there. Because I'm going to show you guys another paint technique tonight with this. Okay. Ah, thank you, Lori. I love crafting, you guys. I just haven't been feeling well lately. And I rarely ever get sick, you guys. Like once every 3 years. I'll catch something, and when I do, it knocks me on my butt. We need more paint. But I've always thought that being sick is actually a good thing. Okay? Hear me out on this, because I know being sick is not a good thing. It's not fun by any means. But I do believe that we get sick so that our bodies, when it's purging out all of that, all the viruses and all the bacteria and stuff, and it's also getting rid of all your dead cells. And then after you're finished with your sickness, you are like a renewed person. That's how I've always felt about it. Like, it's not just getting rid of the virus. It's purging your whole body of all of the bad, all the dead, all the gross that just accumulates in your body. And then afterwards, you're just like so refreshed and feeling great. Yeah, I agree with that, Wendy, for sure. So as much as this stinks for me right now, I'm kind of feeling like, okay, we're just going to get through this. I'll be good for a while again. I'll feel better than ever before we go on our trip. And life will be grand once again. Thank you, Denise. Like, our bodies just need to get sick every once in a while. And if it didn't, then you know what? God wouldn't put that stuff on earth, right? It wouldn't be here if we didn't need it. Yeah, it's like a cleanse, like a natural cleanse. But at the same time, while we're going through all of this stuff, I feel like it's supposed to be our job to rest and actually let our bodies do these things. But today, in this day and age, like we don't have the time or the ability to slow down like we want to, because there's bills to be paid and money to be made and kids to take places and all the things going on all the time. And y'all, I don't know, Nancy. Right now I'm painting this thing with some watered down paint, and then we're going to make something with it. And I have an idea in my head, and we're going to get there eventually. It tells us to rest, yeah. And then we overdo it, and then we get sick, right? Oh, yeah, the cruise. Yeah, it's for chalk. So I believe it was only 9 of us this time who have earned the incentive trip. And so we are going on a cruise starting March 1st to, oh my gosh, we're going to the Dominican Republic. We're leaving from Florida. And we're gonna, I don't know, you guys, we're going all these different places. And I get to see some of my chalk friends, like, oh my gosh, you guys have probably, some of you probably have heard of, like, Debbie Westbrooks, right? I'll get to see her again. Spend some time with her, and some Tilton, and some Amy Mills, and Nancy. Let's see, who else is going? I don't remember who else is going. But I'm sure those are all names that you guys have heard of. All right, you guys, we've got this part all painted. It's going to be so much fun, Linda. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. These women are amazing women, too, by the way. All right, we're going to use the big air the big air dryer today, just so this goes a little bit faster, because I painted kind of slow. Oh, yes, Brie. Oh, my gosh. Huh. How did I forget Brie? Yes, Brie. Gosh, our last trip that we took, you guys, when we went to Mexico, Brie and I sat outside on a little stool thing. Both of our hubbies had gone to bed. And we sat outside in like 80-degree weather, beautiful as could be, ocean waves in the background. Teresa didn't earn it this time. Nope, Amanda. But we sat there for like, I don't know, 2 hours just talking to each other. And I just love Brie. I don't know how I didn't think of Brie just now. All right, you guys, we've got that all dried up. Now we're going to paint it again. Because if that wasn't enough, watching me paint that. So the first thing that we're going to do, though, before we paint on this tonight, is I have got this little brick right here of some candle wax, okay? This is the kind of wax, you guys are going to help me out here again, because I'm, again, lost for words. It's the kind of wax that my mom buys in the grocery store, part of the grocery store, and she actually puts this wax in her chocolate to make her chocolate really awesome and shiny and all the things. It's that wax. That's what I'm using. Oh, thank you, Florine. All right, so we're just going to take this wax and just kind of put it in some different spots on this fence board here. No rhyme or reason. We don't want to cover the entire thing. Candy wax. Yes, it's paraffin wax. Thank you, Vicki. That's the name of it. I'm using paraffin wax. I knew you guys would pull through for me. You can use tea light wax as well. That'll work. Any kind of a soft wax will work for this technique. But we're just going to find some different spots here where we want it to be a little bit more like rusted up, where we want more of this brown to come through. And then, you guys, we're going to take Waverly in the color Plaster. Maybe. Maybe I should shake this up a little bit, though. It's kind of nasty. Yes, paraffin wax. You use a candle. A candle will work, too. Any kind of soft, clear wax will work. You really don't want to have a green candle or a red candle, you guys. You want a clear wax candle, but you want it to be a soft wax. Okay. Here we go, y'all. And we're going to try to use my bigger brush tonight because I like my bigger brush. That's not going to get in those grooves, though. We're going to use this brush instead. I like this brush. All right, so here we go. Once we've got that candle wax on there, we're just going to take our Plaster by Waverly paint, and we're going to paint right over all of this, okay? Now, don't worry about whether or not you've got it covered all the way. Remember, we're going to make this rustic looking. So if you don't have it all the way covered, it's perfectly fine. Finishing setting up your craft room. How did it turn out, Florine? And I do want to get some of this color down in these little groove pieces here, too. Hi, Emily. Okay. Awesome. I keep getting jealous of these people who are getting new craft spaces, and I'm like, oh, when is it going to be my turn? I'm so tired of working out of this little box, you guys, but I've got at least another year before we can make any changes to our life right now. And if we do, I think we're moving. Like, completely new house. But you know what they're doing? They're building in my town, you guys, or at least not my town, the town that my kids go to school in, because we're school of choice. That's where I want to live. It's where I want to move to, because it's going to be a lot easier when I can just shove my kids on a bus and go along with my day. Right now I have to drive them to and from. Because we're school of choice. But next year, Allie's in middle school, Evan's still in elementary school. They start school at different times, which means this mama's going to spend 4 hours a day doing pickup and drop off. Not looking forward to that whatsoever. So I want us to move into that district instead so my kids can ride the bus. But they're building this gigantic, humongous mega site in our city, in our town. And they're paying people a ton of money to move out of their houses so that they can demolish them for this mega site. And because of that, there are no houses left in the town for anybody to move into. And it's like, I've been looking, and there is nothing, I tell you, for anybody to move into in this town. Ugh. It's kind of frustrating, you guys. It's very frustrating. So we just gotta wait, and we gotta wait. And maybe, I don't know, maybe next year we can find some land in the town that's not anywhere near this mega site, and we can start building a house or something. But I look daily for houses in this area, and if I find one, we're gonna jump on it, even if we're not ready. But I just cannot seem to find one. All right, you guys, we're drying up this paint really well first. Wish I had a bigger craft room. My craft room is an office, a crafting room, an office for Bible school class. Oh my gosh. I hear you, Linda. My craft room is a 9x9 bedroom. 9x9 with a closet. Amanda, Swartz Creek. They're building a big old mega site here. We don't have a basement. So we have a bi-level house, and the basement is full. It's 2 kids' bedrooms. It's a very small living room and a bathroom and a laundry downstairs. There's no space in this house even for storage for anything. It's ridiculous. All right, you guys, I'm going to take one of these putty knife things. It's a multi-knife tool thing. And now that we've got that wax on there, when we go over this with this little knife thing, all the places where we had that wax, that paint is going to come off very, very, very easily. And it's going to stick to the places where we didn't have the wax. I'm in Michigan. So we're just going to, you guys, a little bit of pressure. And we're just going to remove some of that paint and make this look a little bit more rusted up. And all the places, like I said, where we had that wax is where it's going to come off the most. So you guys see how that's looking now? Where it's just kind of wearing some of that down. Not pulling all of it off of there, just the spots where I had that wax. And then we came unglued again. Oh, darn it. It's okay. It's okay, you guys. When we glue it down to our board, I'm just going to break them apart, you guys. When we glue it to our board, then it's going to do it. It's too flimsy when it's together still. Okay, so it just gives it a gator sander. You probably could use a gator sander, but it's not going to give you quite the same technique as when you use this, because with a gator sander, you're going to get a specific area that's been sanded, where when you do it this way, it actually looks like it's been chipped off, and it's not, it looks different than sanding. I don't know how to explain it. It's a different technique though, and it does give a different look. And I missed this whole board right here. It just looks chipped. If that makes sense, you guys. You're in a 12.5 by 15. See, that's more than double, that's like double what I've got right now, and I would love to have that much space. Oh my gosh. 20 decks of playing cards in Braille. And you guys, you can keep chipping away at it as much as you want to. Heating it back up will also heat that wax back up too. So if you feel like it's not chipping enough where you've got that wax, heat it back up a little bit. But you guys, look at how cute. the little fence posts look now. They look very, very like painted wood that's kind of been sitting there for a while. Definitely giving that those country feels, okay? 19 by 10. Oh, I would love to have a 19 by 10. It is the chippy look, yes. So love how that looks. All right, you guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and throw down some more paper. That's the first start of this project. And I'm out of battery on my glue gun, so it's a good time. All right. Wait a minute, 200 decks? Oh my goodness. That's a lot. All right, you guys, so we're going to take a look at these and we're going to figure out what colors we want the background for each of these. So I think I decided that I want to have this one right here to be that dark brown color that we used for the beginning of the fence, the first part of the fence. We're going to make this one right here to be black for a background, and this one right here is going to be that plaster color. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to paint up each one of these blocks, each one of these squares with those different colors. I had a she shed, but I have to move out of it. Now I have a 20 by 30 room. I feel the larger it is, the messier it stays. The fence came from the Dollar Tree. It was 2 panels of the fencing from the Dollar Tree. 2 panels. So you guys, I think we're going to paint these up, but I think I'm going to do pretty much the same thing with these. Where I'm going to paint it, but I'm not going to give it like a full-on paint, just to leave a little bit of that original color on there. Just to give it more of that farmhousey look. I definitely want it painted in the middle. But we're going to spread it a little bit thinner on our edges. Just because with farmhouse, a lot of stuff, it's a 50-hour project by hand using a slate. Oh my gosh. That's, do you make them to sell, or are you are you doing it to give them away? That's quite a project. That's awesome that you do that, though. Hi, Jeannie. I'm just getting a little bit of paint on here. I don't want too much, because if I have too much, then I won't get that weathered, chippy look like what I want on here. And then I'm going to come back through again in the middle, again with a fairly dry brush. And I'm just going to give it like a second coat, just to make that a little bit brighter right there in the immediate middle for our design, okay? I like the weathered look when we're talking country. It's the business shadows. It's his business shed. Ooh, okay. You can definitely come on here as your business, and then people can follow you as your business if you want to. I don't mind that at all. I like sharing the love. All right, so there's that first one. I'm still not ready to get rid of that brush yet. I like that brush. Now we're going to use this color here that we went ahead and we already gave it, what am I trying to say? We watered this one down, so hopefully we're able to get that same kind of a look with it, as long as we have a fairly dry brush, okay? It's an order for a customer in Ohio. Wow, that's a big order. Oh, this is totally going to work. So again, just going a little bit darker in the middle, lighter as you get to the edge. Start in the middle with each time you refill your brush. And then as your brush gets more dry, kind of bring it out to the edges so that you've got a little bit of that original color of the edge showing through. I want a little bit less of that, but I still want some. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better, Lise. Not as well as I want to feel right now, but better than I was. I was just wore out, you guys, this weekend. Over the weekend, we had the leadership stuff that was going on. And I'm watching all of this leadership stuff. I'm trying to follow along with all of that. Plus, I'm trying to get my orders ready for my mystery bundles. And that took forever to get done. I don't think I saw my family except for to eat dinner like all weekend. And so it was nice to just be able to watch a movie with John last night. All right, there you go. Here's that one. How do I store my paint? All over the place. That's the honest to goodness truth. My paint is all over the place. I have paint. The best way that I store it, my favorite way to store it, is it's a spice rack. Oh, you mean my paste? My paste is all in a rack down here next to me, and it's all on its edge. You did, Tracy, and I did get them mailed out. Yep. All right, what's the last color? I was going to use black. Black. For this last one. And I'm trying to grab brushes that are a little bit more stiff. Some will probably work. Yeah, I store it. I have a rack down here that I store all of mine on. And then if it's like inventory stuff, it's on shelves. Personal stash is on a rack right here next to me. Oh, I like this brush a lot, you guys. For this technique, it's going to work great. Oh, I love it. Exactly, all over the place, Tony. That's how it is, too. Like, I have boxes of stuff in my room. I have stuff in storage containers in my room. Everything is all over the place. All right, Linda, have a good night. We'll get this done, you guys, eventually. I won't give up. Okay, there's our black one. I think I'm going to leave it alone. No. Now I'll leave it alone. All right, so we've got our three different colors here that are all going to match this background that we've got going on. I think I'm done with all this Waverly paint now, though. I think. So I'm going to get this dried up really, really fast, you guys. This might be my new go-to, y'all. Just because of how fast it is and how hot it gets. And you guys said it's not too loud. Let me know now if you were lying to me. But your Florida ceiling pull out. Oh my gosh. Hi, Carleen. 12-foot by 20-foot Chevy. So, oh my gosh. That's my dream, y'all. If I were to lay down on my floor, from head to toe would be more than half my room. That's all I get. Oh, you guys, I'm not going to take a picture of my paste. It's a mess. It's all over the place. Okay, here we go. You guys, now that we've got all three of these pieces done, we're going to use surface wax on here. So the purpose of our surface wax is to create a barrier between the adhesive on the back of our transfer and the paint that we just put down on our surface, or between layers of paste if you are layering your transfers, okay? So we're just going to put a little bit on here on each one of these. And you guys, here's the thing. When we talk about wax, if you were to wax your car, but nobody does that anymore, right? If you were to go out and wax your car, or have you ever seen The Karate Kid? You wax it on. Did the heat transfer you used on the spinner fill the whole... Yes. Pretty much, yeah. No, I had some leftover transfer, I think. I don't remember. I can't remember what I did this morning. So you're going to wax your wax on. You're going to put your wax on there. And then just like on your car, you're going to buff it like you never wanted it on there in the first place, okay? You buff it and you buff it and you buff it and you buff it until it doesn't feel like there's any wax left to be buffed, okay? When you feel it, it should be nice and smooth. And when you hold it in a light, it should be shiny. But it shouldn't feel like there's any wax on there at all. You guys see how it's shiny in the light? You want that sheen on there, but you don't want it to feel like there's anything that's like the wax is making your hands stick to the surface. You want to buff it all off as much as you possibly can. Okay, believe me, enough will be left there to do the job. Always. You cannot over buff your wax. You just can't. You can have too much on there and then your transfer won't stick anymore though. So buff, buff, buff. Buff it like you mean it. Buff it like you never meant to put it on there. Enough wax will stay. I promise you. Okay? Put some elbow grease in there. All right, you guys, we are ready now for our transfer. This one, again, is called, what is it called, you guys? Humble and Kind. Humble and Kind. It's a 3-piece transfer. This is a G-sized, and I was asked by somebody to create with this transfer, okay? So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So with this G-size transfer, when you cut each one of these pieces, you are going to get 3 6x6 pieces. Okay, 3 6x6 pieces is what you're going to have. So I'm going to go ahead, and this one right here, they put another cut line right there, so you can either put your chicks on the bottom or on the top. I'm actually going to cut that because I want my chicks to be on the bottom for my design. So I just opened up my transfer trimmers, and I'm scoring right on that line, but trying not to go through my backer sheet to separate those pieces of transfer. All right, what colors did I say we were going to do? I said Bumblebee. I said we were going to do, oh, I said vanilla, didn't I? Vanilla, Bumblebee, black velvet and espresso. Espresso and black velvet. There we have it. I found them! All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and start with this first one here. We're going to do espresso, and we are going to do some black velvet on that one. And that one is going to go on this one right here. This piece right here. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. We're getting there, you guys. We're creating. So we're going to give this a good fuzz just to pick up some lint on the back side. This just lessens that adhesiveness that's on here. We've already surface waxed our stuff. I'm going to lay this right down on here. And this should fit pretty much perfectly on these simple shapes, you guys. Pretty much perfectly. Okay, so it looks just like that when it's down on there. You guys, the sizing is perfection. Perfection. So we're going to do black for the words Take Me Home Country Road, and then brown for the fence post there and all of that greenery and the little, the dirt road that it's on. And it's so easy, you guys. We're just going to paste right through that silk screen. You don't press down, you guys. You just glide over top of it. Let that paste fall through the silk screen. And then you come back in and with very light pressure, you pull off the excess paste. Okay, so this is the spot that I want brown. And then going back over it with very light pressure just to get the rest of that excess off of there. Then we're going to take our black velvet and we're going to do that Take Me Home Country Road. Make sure that that's no air bubbles. And again, just gliding across the top of the transfer. And then remove your excess. It's stuck to my finger. All right, you guys ready? It does, Pam. You're going to love this one, I think, then. All right, here we go, you guys. The peel and reveal. Look at that gorgeous country road there. Take Me Home, Country Roads. So beautiful. I love how that looks with that vanilla background. Love it. Love that these transfers have got so much detail to them. And they're so easy to do. So now we're just going to put this on a towel. I'm going to spray it down with some water. And I will take that to my sink after my live is over with, and I'm going to wash that with my board eraser. Okay, there's the first one, you guys. All right, next we're going to do the farmhouse-ish with the little chickies. Oh, darn it. My squeegee just got dropped in there all the way. That makes for a messy day. So pretty, right? Thinking of using a chubby for it. If you have the 5x5 ones, it would definitely work. I think we're out of stock on those ones right now, though. If you don't have any yet. But definitely gorgeous. What do we wash the transfer with? Ava, you use these right here, but we're currently out of stock. These are called board erasers. Hopefully they'll be back in this week. Really hoping that they'll be back in this week. If they're not, you can use a melamine sponge, and you can get those on Amazon. All right, you guys, next up, we're going to do the farmhouse-ish. With the cute little chicks. This one is very, very, might use your last scale outside. You might love how this turns out, Pam. You might love it. You might love it. You might decide to do it just like this. Maybe. We'll see. All right, farmhouse-ish for this one. So we're going to put our little chickies right in the center, right down here at the bottom. And then the words, you know what we're going to do, you guys? We're going to do the chicks first. Then we're going to dry the chicks, and then we're going to put the other piece on there, okay? So for this one, we're going to use the bright white, the vanilla and the bumblebee paste. So bumblebee for the chickies. On black, these are going to look awesome, I think, I hope. They might look like black chicks, you guys. But baby chicks are usually black, aren't they? I don't know. Either way, we got little chickies. They'll look like chickies. You can have black little chickies. All right, let's see how our chickies turned out. Oh, they're adorable. They're adorable little chickies. Look at that, you guys. They're super cute little chickies. I love the little chickies. Again, just laying this down and spraying it. Orange and yellow, and they change color. Okay, some are black. Depends on the breed. White, brown, all colors. So it totally works. It totally works. Remember though, this sign is interchangeable, so you can use any of these pieces that you want once we get it done. But I want to make sure that this is nice and dry before we lay our other piece of transfer down. Just because it's going to kind of overlap those chickies just a little bit where the adhesive is at. So I'm just not going to press down right there. We're just going to press our transfer down where the words are at and just let that other piece kind of just sit on top of the chickies but not be pressed down on top of it. Yeah, as long as it don't come out purple. You were right about that. So you guys, we had a dog when I was growing up. Her name was Sadie. And she was the sweetest dog until I met Willow. Okay? Sadie was so sweet. And one day when I was... Oh, my glue gun's still completely out of battery. Thank you for reminding me about that. One day I was out shopping for a bridesmaid's dress with one of my friends. I was still in high school at the time, you guys. And my dog got loose. And she went running around the neighborhood. And, oh, my grandma called me. My mom called me. Everybody was calling me. Laura, get home and come get your dog. Your dog's gone. Go find your dog. And I'm like, don't worry about it. She'll come back. Sure enough, she came back. But when she came back, she was pregnant. She came back knocked up, y'all. And a few short months later, she had 7 puppies. And my parents decided to keep 4 of her puppies. And they kept all 4 of these dogs their entire lives. Okay? The other 3 they were able to find homes for. regrettably so, because none of those 3 dogs that they found homes for had lived past, I don't even think 5 years, through circumstances. Not a good situation. So I'm glad that they kept the ones that they did. Anyway, all right, let's check this out with the white on there, or that vanilla on there, and see how that one turned out. You guys, seriously. That's really cute too. Okay, I love it. But when she had these puppies, she was a black lab. And she was like an all black lab with just a little bit of white on her fur, on her chest, just a little bit of white. And the first puppy, all black, looked just like the mama. The second puppy, all black, looked just like its mama. The third puppy came out white and light brown. And my stepdad's reaction when he saw this puppy, he said, "Put it back in, it's not done yet." So we don't know who the dad was of any of these puppies, but it seemed like they all had different daddies. And none of them looked the same, but all of them were black, just like she was, except for that one that was white and light brown. And we named him Mocha. Yeah. But put it back in, it's not done yet. I'll never forget that till the day I die, you guys. I will never forget my stepdad saying that. All right, you guys, this last one here, I think we're going to use... Yeah, we're going to use black for this one as well. Always be humble and kind, but this one time it's going to be on that brown board. So the ones that we kept, you guys, were Bootsy, Mocha, Tipsy, and PJ. And PJ was this big, massive, he almost looked like he was part, what was it? Oh, no, I can't remember the dog that they said he looked like he was part. Anyway, he was big, this big, massive fluff ball of fur. But he was a black, massive fluff ball of fur. And when he was first born, he looked exactly like his mom. That changed dramatically over time. But because he looked just like his mom when he was first born, and her name was Sadie Hyde Puppy Dog Jr., or her name was Sadie Hyde Puppy Dog, and so we named him Puppy Dog Jr. Hyde Puppy Dog. His name was PJ. He was Puppy Dog Jr. Puppy Dog Jr. Because he looked just like his mama. Dog growing up, and his name was Bruiser because he looked like a big bruise. Oh no! Was he purple and blue? They are big dogs. We do love dogs. I am a dog person through and through, and if I could have 30 dogs, I would have 30 dogs. If I could own a dog sanctuary, I totally would. The only reason we don't have more than one right now is because we like to camp. And if we were to buy another dog, if we were if we were to adopt another dog, you guys, I would have to purchase another vehicle for all 4 of us and 2 dogs to be able to ride together to our camping trips, because I will not put them in the camper for the ride. I just won't. I just will not. I think that's too dangerous. All right, you guys, always be humble and kind. I'm just going to pull this one right up. Oh my gosh. These look phenomenal. Look how easy that is, you guys, to get such awesome looking transfers, awesome looking pieces. It's, oh my gosh. I will never get over the fact that you can do that so easily. The Bruce Stars, they turned yellow. He was yellow and white and brown. Okay, that makes sense. All right, spraying that down. I have your right now, my 2, and I am keeping my daughter's dogs because she's a surgical nurse. Oh my gosh. And working huge long hours. We also had a bad experience watching somebody else's dog one time. Let's just say they never came back for their dog and then they changed their number. And the dog was aggressive. It's not a good situation. Yes, I agree with that, Joanne. The bigger the dog, the bigger the heart. I think so. Our neighbor has got a Chihuahua, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Never. You guys, if you have a Chihuahua and you love your dog, I'm sure that you do, but after meeting my neighbors, Chihuahua, no. Never. No. I love what we created. I created with Cricut for 7 years. Lots of mishaps with stenciling Cricut way. It's so much easier, isn't it? All right, you guys, there's our 3 different pieces, our 3 different transfers. Love, love, love these. Now let's finish putting this all together, okay? I have 3 different signs that can go on here. So I've got this gray board. We're not going to paint the gray board. I like the fact that it already has that, that bi-colored wooden tone on there. It's the shiplap. It's gray, which goes with everything. So we're just going to put these pieces right down here. See, now when I glue them together, it's going to be just fine. Right down here on there. Trust the process, you guys. Hopefully my glue is good now. Center them a little bit better. My Lily barks a lot, but kisses you to death. Aw. Our neighbor's dog is a Chihuahua, and she will come over here and attack my guests who are knocking at my door. My mailman, when he drops something off at my house, their dog will come over to my yard and try to attack the mailman in my yard. And I'm like, oh no. No. I was bringing in groceries one time, and I had my front door open so I could bring in groceries. And as soon as I turned my back to set the groceries down in the landing inside my house, this dog came up and charged my heels. And I actually ended up having a conversation with my neighbor about how she has got to keep her dog under control if we're going to continue to have a civil, neighborhood, friendly relationship, because I will not tolerate her dog attacking my guests or me while I'm putting my groceries away. It will not end very well if she does not get her dog under control. And ever since that conversation, I haven't had an issue. But it had to happen. No, it's their lack of control over that dog. Oh, you guys, look at that! So stinking cute already, isn't it? Oh, I love it. I love the little picket fence right there. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I got to find my piece. Like I told you guys, I wasn't completely prepared for tonight, but I have all the things. Oh, it was the top thing, too, right there. All right, so we're going to take one of these little one of these little hooks here. Now, wait for it, you guys. We're not done yet with this fence. We're going to be soon, but we're not done yet. So we're going to take a drill thing, and I need to get my drill. That's not the drill, that's the heat gun. This is the drill. I found the drill. I love power tools. And then I need these things. Nope, not those ones. Where's the things I need? Where's my drill bits? Oh, I hope I didn't leave them out there. Okay, well, there's a good chance that I left my drill bits out in the garage. So, we're going to cheat. We're going to cheat. We're just going to cheat, you guys. Because if my drill bits are all out in my garage, what we're just going to do is we're going to use a screw. And we're just going to use a screw. Okay? And we're just going to screw this in. Because we can. So let's put it right in the middle, right about there. Why should it not be in the middle? Right about there is the middle, you guys. Just had to get it started. Once it's started, we're good. See? Just got to be inventive there, whatever the word is. I'll find my drill bits tomorrow when they're going to be like they're going to be closer than these things were. So we just screwed that in there so that we can take this one right here and we can screw this in. Okay, we have to do a starter hole for this so that we can screw it in by hand. And we want to make sure that that is facing upwards, just like that. Okay, you guys. Power punch tool. Drop more stuff on the floor. And I'm going to punch a hole top center of each one of these so it can hang right there. And you guys, I think that we can even do ooh, I'm a little scared here. That worked. I think we can even put all three of them on here at a time so you can change them out as you want to. And then we're going to decorate this fence a little bit. Okay. So look at that, you guys. All three will fit on there at one time so that it's interchangeable, and you can do it however you want to. Now, I didn't make my holes all the same size, but there it is so far, okay? And you can change these out to say whatever you want it to say. Now we're going to decorate this fence a little bit and just give it some rustic charm. And we're going to do this very, very, very easily, okay? So we're going to take any floral that you've got. Any little bit of floral that you've got. I don't want it to be quite that long. But I do like the look of this. Hi, Ruth. How are you doing? Welcome to my page. We might throw a little bit of this stuff in here because I got a ton of this stuff. And I like how this stuff looks too. And then, y'all, I want to get some flowers. That are more neutral in tone. Probably something like these ones. Maybe. We'll see how those ones sit on there. Maybe we'll go for purple, but I want something a little bit more neutral for this, okay? So first of all, I don't want this much. Maybe like that. And we're just going to kind of lay this out, play with it, figure out where we want it. Yes. Oh! Thank you so much. Okay, I love how that looks right there. Give me a second, though, to play with this for a minute. Get this part glued down. Trust the process, you guys. This right here is like, it's the details, right? It's the details. The details make all the difference. Okay, so far it's not looking too country, but trust the process. It will. It will. And I'm going to take just a little bit of glue right there just to tack down that piece. And a little bit right there to tack down that piece. Okay. Just so that that kind of stays in place. Stay in place. Stay there. Okay. Where's my finger protectors? I probably should have them on, but I don't. Probably should. Oh, that would be cute, but that's going to be way too big for this one. That bicycle one's going to be way too big for this. So this one right here, I'm going to have kind of going down at an angle. And I'm cutting off that big stem so it lays a little bit flatter. Okay, so we've got a bunch of floral kind of right all there in the middle right now. Let me see if I like these. I think I need to just cut off one whole side so that it lays flat. Oh yeah. No, 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 no. 19 degrees in Florida tonight. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so over this cold. I'm so over the cold. All of this cold. Every bit of it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some jute, you guys. Now, you can use anything that you want to. If you want to use ribbon, because you've got a bunch of ribbon, use ribbon. I'm just going to use, all right, Mary Jo, I'm just going to use jute tonight because it's so simple. It goes with everything farmhouse. Literally, you guys, everything farmhouse. And I'm just going to make a bow using my hand. Denise, I thought about yellow flowers, but then the yellow flowers might not go with everything. It just might not. So just hold on, lean into my process here. Lean into my process here. So I'm just going to make a big, thick bow. Walmart, Lori. The big gray board came from Walmart. And we're just going to tie this off right in the middle. And I'm going to double knot this. And then we're just going to kind of fluff this out. So we have all of these different pieces. Oh, that end is not loving me. So we have all of these different pieces of our jute just kind of everywhere. A big jute bow right there in the middle of this fence, you guys. And then we're going to put a flower right in the middle, okay? And it's going to be a neutral colored flower. So that when we change this out. Now, if you don't like this bow, make a different one. Make something that sits with you, that you really love. I wanted something that's easy, that's very, very neutral for a farmhouse look. I'm going to tack that little piece down too because it's way up there in the air. Oh no! So the cost of blueberries and strawberries is going to skyrocket here in Michigan, huh? I have not yet seen, I've been watching a different show. It's called, oh my gosh, I'm horrible at remembering things right now. I started watching a different show, and actually one of you guys has, there's a character on there in the first season, and her name is Jennifer Gibson, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a Jennifer Gibson! And I thought that was really awesome. All right, you guys, I'm going to look at my paper flowers here. I want to try to find one. And you guys, you know what I just thought about too? These little ones here would have been really cute to go right in the center of that as well. And these are from the Dollar Tree. And so I think we might actually use, maybe we'll use this white one, the white burlap, for right in the center there. Just so that it kind of goes with that jute, but it still matches everything. Yes! You guys, that's it right there. That piece just made it. That's the one. Right there in the center. That's definitely the one for this project. So a little white burlap bow. Right there in the center of all of that jute bow that we put in there. Oh my goodness. All of my transfers are hanging on hangers in my closet. And I use child size hangers for all of my transfers. But I need another closet. Oh, you guys, I think it's adorable. I think this turned out so good. Look at that, you guys. And it's interchangeable. So you can either do, you can do the always be humble and kind. Or you could do the farmhouse one. Right there. And maybe you want to change out a different flower for this one or put a different ribbon on there because it's got the black in it. I don't know. Or you could do Pam's favorite. Take Me Home, Country Roads. Thank you so much. There's no room for it, Janet. I wish I could. Oh, so there it is, you guys. I had a request to do this particular transfer, and I thought, why not do all three and make one piece that'll do all three pieces at one time, an interchangeable sign. And then, honest to goodness, you guys, any single transfer that you have that you can put on one of these simple squares, you could put on the sign. Any of them. All day, every day. I love how it turned out. I think that was super, super cute. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching tonight. I'm going to go clean my transfers and I'm going to go to bed. Thank you so much, Tracy. So glad that you guys love it. I will be back again tomorrow with another craft. Thank you so much, Annette. Thank you, Donna. I'll be back tomorrow night with another craft for you guys. I hope you guys will come back and join me again. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.